Hello, let's do Wordle for September 20th. Let's give our members wheel a spin, see what we're starting with today. All right, paste, suggested by SG190th. I hope it is not the aced trap today. All right. Well, let's start with paste. All right, all gray except the E. Could be an ER word again. It was ER yesterday. So I'm going to guess vowel. Because if it is an ER word, first of all, we aren't getting the R locked in yet. And with the ER words, the V and W are extremely common to have. All right, it could still be an ER word, but we've eliminated the V and W. I think guessing a double R word might be useful because a lot of ER words have more than one R. But it also might be useful just to get as many new letters as I can. If I can avoid the R again, that might be nice. What are some really common letters with ERs that's still around? The N would be very common. The G, kind of, the D and the G. I wonder if I can do something like a... I don't know. I'd love to do like something like nudge, but the E got placed. What about like a EN word? I could do an ED word. The problem is that I'm not going to get it in 3 if I do an ED word because those aren't answers. I could do a double E to see if there's a second E. That might actually be a good thing to rule out at this point. Something like greed feels pretty nice. I guess at this point I can see if it's an ER word. We'll do greed. Oh, okay. Getting that D was great. Okay, strategic. There's 2 E's as well. So we learned a whole lot. So it's probably like defer. There you go. Nice. So I avoided guessing the R for a while, which allowed me to get more letters each guess, which then just probabilistically I got the ones I needed before I locked into the ER. So I'm pretty proud of that solve. I hope that the bot agrees. Let's see what it says. Our answer was defer. Hard mode. All right, start with paste. Wow, yeah, so it's concerned. It says it does not like vowel, which I didn't think it would, but it says felon would be the best, or devil, dreck, or bench. All right, I did vowel. All right, so vowel, it says, would have lost on minor or honey. Not before I guessed vowel. I mean, before I guessed vowel. After guessing vowel, obviously those aren't possible anymore. In fact, honey especially not. In fact, minor might still be. But it's saying after paste, but before guessing vowel, if the answer were minor or honey, guessing vowel would have been a bad idea. Because it would have lost on those two. But anyway, I did greed next. It is doing double E's for the sered. Defer is actually very high on the list, which is interesting. All right, so greed. Greed would have lost on hiker and hider. I mean, yeah, the ERs are tough. Almost certainly defer or eider. I don't know EIDER, but the fact that that's on the answer list, maybe I should learn it. But then I did defer because I don't know eider. Okay, it would have gone felon, and then something like deify. Defer is actually on here. Deify, then defer, or it could have gotten just defer right away. Refer gets you defer. Cool. Very neat. Let's look at salé. So it's going to do an ED word to avoid that ER at this point. It does. Let's do hoped. I don't know what hyped is. We'll do hoped. Now it's going to do rider. Get that double R. So testing that double R is a good idea in some cases. Now we're down to defer or edger. So 50-50 to get in 4 or 5. Let's see if steal works any differently. The E isn't placed yet, so it's going to go chive instead. Interesting. You know, you'd think that it could still go what it went last time. Anyway, chive. Now it's going to go boned. Again, avoiding that R. Now that we have the D, it's going to say, hey, how about utter? Trying double D. And then defer or dryer. So it could do as badly as this, but it still wins. Barely. So that's a very different solve than cell A. Interesting. Next up is a DU. So it's going to go elder. If you have the E and the D with the D yellow, it's going to go elder. Try that double E, and then from here it's defer or deter because we have that double E. So it might do deter first, but it's 3 or 4. Audio is going to have the D but no E, but it's going to test double E right away with deers. And then from there it's defer or deter. So very lucky that there is double E because that really narrows it down. Trace, we'll see if Trace gets it in 2. Nope. Merds, rebid, and then defer. All right. And I had a request to do place because that's what the bot does in hard mode, the official bot. It's going to go bidet and then freed, getting that double E. And freed is a anagram of defer, which is just great. Okay, well, let's check the official bot and see how people are doing today. All right, I had an 85 skill. I felt like it was more skillful than that. 46 luck. 4 steps, which is below average. Alrighty, so it is okay with paste. Vowel it didn't like very much. Yeah, I had a strategic reason for it. It would have walked right into the ER trap, which I don't agree with. And then greed, wonderful choice, and it lucked out. Greed was an 81. And there's only 2 remaining words, and those 2 words are, we need the yellow, yellow, green, yellow. Here we go. Defer and eider. So eider is on its list. And then I did defer. What is E-I-D-E-R? Huh. All right. Well, you always get that 99 skill for getting the answer right. If there's 2 left. So it's going to go place, deter, defer. So it makes very different choices than this other bot, which did place, bidet, freed, defer. It's interesting. Deter is just really lucky. So this bot does not do look aheads. This bot is smarter. This bot can lose a lot more often. All right. Defer at 0.2. That's really interesting. 69. Nice. Paste is at 59. And then a bunch of do starters as always. Stare is still very popular, even though it's been the answer. All right. People getting defer a second. Yeah, this isn't going up very quickly, though, is it? We have a 96% solve rate, at least in hard mode. I wish you could switch between hard and regular. So people losing with refer, very common. Fewer, fever, deter. Yeah, just that F and T. Cedar are the big ones that people are guessing last. You get stuck in that EER trap, and then you only have a couple letters you can guess at once. And even if you get the D, there's a few that work. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? If you want to watch the New York Times games, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment, very useful pinned comment. Go look for it, which has all of the videos I made today. You can just binge watch them. And of course, if you enjoyed this, why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.